Don't call this a Wahoo. It's been here for years. Let's get on topic. Hey everybody, it's Thomas with Get Out Arizona, and you're watching another great episode of Bike Showcase on Toolbox Topic. And I'm joined once again by my co-host Brandon Van Leuven. Brandon, how the hell are you?
Peachy.
Nice, Peachy. Who says that? Apparently he does. And once again, we're at the Trek Bicycle Store of West Phoenix in Goodyear, Arizona, because it's where the cool kids hang out, and me. And I know it was a horrible introduction, the Wahoo. And it has been here for a while, the model, but it hasn't been this trail ready, trail capable ever. And so this is for the kiddos, the youths. And since I don't know a whole lot about this bike, I'm going to hand it off to Brandon to tell you about it. Now, this is pretty cool, though. It kind of reminds me of almost like a BMX, like a hybrid BMX bike.
It's kind of an exciting looking little bike. So before the Wahoo was more like maybe just something for the kids to cruise the neighborhood with.
Okay.
It wasn't super capable off-road. Now, this year, this generation of Wahoo, they have the Trail Edition.
Okay.
This is the Trail Edition before
All right.
that sits before you. It's got a number of cool upgrades. And if I can go backward just a little bit, I think they're getting rid of the Roscoe 24. Because this is so, to me, this is so close to the Roscoe 24.
That makes
I can't
sense.
imagine them keeping that, but they might. I don't know.
Trek does a lot of goofy stuff.
But here are the key differences. I think this is a much better looking bike than the Roscoe 24,
Absolutely.
but it has some significant upgrades to the Roscoe 24. If you remember, the Roscoe has 2.8 inch tires. Yep. This is a 2.4, so a little bit faster rolling wheel. They're both 24-inch wheels,
Right.
but a narrower tire.
Yep.
So it's going to be a little bit easier for a kid to pedal around. The real key difference is, besides the looks, and that is that we have a carbon fiber fork
I saw
on
that.
a kid's bike.
Mm-hmm.
What? Hydraulic disc brakes. So those
Great stopping power.
Their little ravioli-sized hands don't have to work so hard, and it's all kind of adjustable, so you can adjust to the size of their hand. But if you look at the geometry of the bike, it's balanced.
Yeah.
It's really, I think, well designed for being capable off-road. It's pretty cool. As compared to the Roscoe 24 as well, we get one more gear in the back.
Okay, so this is now a 7-speed.
It's a 9-speed.
A 9-speed
The
instead of an 8.
Roscoe's a 1x8. This is a 1x9.
Cool.
And then we get these anodized wheels that are,
Yeah, it is
I don't
what
know,
it
I
is.
think it's kind of played out a little bit, but I think the kids will really dig them.
Yeah.
I think it would look cooler if there was just a matte.
You know what I think would be cool? If it had a white seat.
It has black grips.
We could change those out too. Of course, I got to bust his chops because he's got a white seat and white grip on his road bike. So, well, yeah, and it's just a little bit of flash to make it more appealing to the kids. And you got a little bit of mud guard up here and everything like that. This geometry, though, looks like it would be very accommodating and comfortable for a variety of kids. And so now I have to ask the question, is this one size fits most? Or did they produce different sizes of the Wahoo? And if they didn't, what age group is this targeted for?
I don't know much about kids, I'm gonna be honest with you, but
He doesn't have any.
the bike is rated for a ute about up to 411.
A what?
A ute.
2 youths. Anyways, we're going off the rails. Continue.
The envelope of sizing is up to 411.
411.
For this bike, yeah.
Okay, not
And I don't know,
311.
how big is a kid that's 411? I don't know.
There are gorillas out there today. Are you kidding me? I've
have
seen
no
some of these
idea.
kids, and it's like, Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
So just go by that.
I don't know where.
And I'm sure
Okay.
they could be a little bit taller
Well,
than that and
then-
just be a little bit on the small side, but
Come over and throw their leg over it and see if it fits. And of course, I have to ask this question. If you're vertically impaired, i.e. a midget, and Brandon hates when I use that term, you could ride this bike. This could be a good trail bike for you. It's hard to find a small bike that works for little people.
it's
I'm not,
cool. It's
so,
really cool.
yeah.
Yep.
You can get a
I
little-
would not mind a 29-inch version of this bike. I think it would be.
It'd be fun.
I like the way the frame. I like the way they built the frame. I think it's cool looking.
No, it is.
That's all.
You and I have a bike sickness, though, too.
Carbon fork, all that. The one thing I don't really care for is by a couple things.
Because there always got to be a couple.
There's always got to be a couple things. So I'm not so fond of this little
The mudguard?
Yeah, I'm not as fond of those guys. And also, I wish I would have put a normal saddle and a normal seat post on here with rails.
Okay.
So that once this, I'm not sure if they're going to
Oh,
have.
shenanigans! I just realized
I'm
that.
not sure
That's
if
kind
they're
of
going
like
to
a.
have an aftermarket saddle to replace that. It looks like it can be taken off.
Right.
But you don't have the options like a normal railed saddle would be for.
But you could change this out for a regular seat post and
You
saddle.
could, yeah,
as far as that goes.
and
so.
it won't be too terribly expensive. But
yeah, kind of
that's
sucks they
one
didn't
thing-
give to you
that's
right out of the
one thing
gate.
The Roscoe 24 does have a normal post and a normal saddle. So, yeah,
Okay, well,
I don't know.
I get it. And so now, as far as components go, because we have to ask, we did talk about this on the Roscoe. These are nothing exciting or spectacular, but it's something that they are serviceable.
Yes,
And of course, if they wore out, you can go ahead and replace these, but you're not going to necessarily replace them with an upgraded component system on this
Probably
bike.
not. Probably not.
From here, you're getting, if the child really wants to get into it, from here, you're going into something like small size, maybe a Fuel EX, or even a Pro Caliber or something like that, you know, depending.
Yep.
So-
And speaking of spoiled children, this thing is not cheap.
Oh, yeah, that was going to be my next thing.
Yeah, it's not
Well,
cheap.
wait, let's talk, because we know the weight weenies out there are going to want to know how much this weighs, even though they will never ride it.
Oh man, I think this was like 19 pounds or something like
So
that.
I'm going to have it across
Is that
the
right?
thing. Who knows?
I know it was only, even with a carbon fork, it's only like a half pound lighter than a Roscoe 24. The weight difference wasn't significant enough to mention before. But
I'll put the weight on there, and I joke around kind of sort of with the weight weenies and everything like that. For a child's bike, weight shouldn't even, seriously guys, it shouldn't even be a question, but we'll put it up there. But yes, price. Trek bikes ain't cheap, and the Trek kids bike ain't cheap either, so.
And this thing is $700.
Wow.
700.
That's the cost of a Marlin 5.
It is an adult bike price.
Okay. But the Marlin 5 comes in a small or an extra small.
You
Can't
can
you
get
go
an
in
extra small, so you're very close to
this.
doing that. So something to consider.
Consider, okay, yeah. So go with
that's
this with your kid.
That's a tough one.
Or if you got a big friggin' Barney living in your house posing as a kid, you can start them out with a Marlin 5 instead of this. But either way, they'll be happy.
Yeah. Like I don't have kids, but if I think I did, I don't think I'd love them enough to buy this bike for them, to be honest with you.
Ah, that's good stuff. I love you, Brandon.
That's a lot.
It is.
It's a lot.
It is
kid,
for a
but,
bike.
You know,
and something they're not going to outgrow.
to some people, it's not a lot. So
Yeah.
that's cool.
And we're getting off
I
track,
get
but
it.
I remember my son grew like a freaking weed, and so it was new shoes like every 5-6 months, and I wasn't going to spend $120 on a pair of kicks.
Jordans?
Well, he never liked the Jordans, thank God. It was always the skateboard shoes, but those things were just as expensive. So yeah, so it was Airwalks for him until he was old enough to work and pay for his own damn shoes.
Yep.
So.
But if money is no object, and you do love your kid, this thing's pretty cool. Bottom
Right.
line.
Well, money could be no object. You can hate your kid. This thing's cool. You can get this and ride wheelies in front of your kid and not let him touch it. No, I'm joking, guys. So, okay. So, the Trek Wahoo Trail Edition, not to be confused with Wahoo Fitness. They have no affiliation whatsoever.
Well, Trek does have some. Yeah,
It's not
with this
made
bike,
by
yes.
Wahoo, not anything like that. So, and it's got a cool rainbow sticker right there that I'm not going to show you guys, but I'm going to point it out anyways. So, all right, Brandon, anything else to add?
No.
We'll get accused of talking too much. So, if you have any questions about this bike, my friends, obviously you can comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. Like, subscribe, bell notification icon. It's the trifecta, yeah. We love so much here at Get Out Arizona. Helps the video, helps the channel as well. We're going to have some links down below. Trek Bicycle Stores of West Phoenix, okay? Most important link, in my opinion. If you want to come down, demo one of these bikes for your kid, call Brandon, talk to one of his, associates down here, or the guys and gals that work here are phenomenal. So you shouldn't have any issues there. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, the devil's work of social media. But it's necessary to get the word out about Get Out Arizona. If you want to do any of our group rides, group hikes, that's where you're going to get all that information from. We also have some affiliate links down below, so if you make a purchase from one of those links, you're not going to be charged anything additional, but we'll receive a small commission. Helps out with coffee money, gas money, park passes, the other trifecta we love so much around here. So, what do we always say at this point? Be kind to yourself and others, be amazing stewards on this trail. And we have to ask, my friends, what are you waiting for?
Get Out Arizona.
Yeah. We'll see you guys on that next adventure. Take care, everybody. Brandon, we'll see you next week.
Oh, yeah.